Yo, what's up my people, Fourth Prince here, playing some Star Wars Battlefront. As you can see in the background, this game is absolutely stunning and beautiful. The graphics of it are just, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that I've got Xbox One now and everything graphically is starting to sink into place for me. But for the time I've been playing a lot of video games at the moment, I do just actually drop my jaw and say, wow. And Star Wars Battlefront beta was no different. Really good fun. Awesome game. I'm thinking of buying it, not too sure, but I do want to chat to you guys and see what you think. My favourite mode on it was actually Drop Zone. Drop Zone was kind of where you have to pods drop in, one pod at a time as well, and you have to claim it and then defend it from the opposite team, which I thought was a really good game mode. I quite liked the map as well, the way it kind of channeled out, and there wasn't any, what can I say, BS. Whereas a Walker Assault, you've got spaceships, you've got walkers, you've got ATSTs, you've got Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker flying around. With this mode, it was just kind of simple, what I wanted, single objective game type, and just huge fun. So it was definitely my favourite game mode on it. I kind of like the way that your characters have these different abilities as well, which you have to open up in this Battlefront beta, which I guess will be the same when the actual game releases as well. But once you've got these things open to you, they're open to you, I guess. But what you'll have to think about is what other ones they have. Now, the ones I was running and my favourite ones were the jetpack and the grenades. There was another one which was sniper and a different grenade, but I didn't find that so much fun or as enjoyable. But having a jetpack on my back, you know I enjoy that. The one problem with Drop Zone and with the other game mode, which was Walker Assault, is the way that the spill of the grenades come in. It can turn into a bit of a grenade fest, this game, with people just throwing grenades in, because they do spawn in pretty quick. I don't know exactly how long the times were for spawning in of grenades, but it is pretty fast. So that's something I didn't like. Even though it was good fun having grenades and being able to throw them, it did just get a bit, if you've got 20 people and you've got 4 or 5 of them at once coming towards you and you're trying to shoot them and fight them and hold yourself down, and they've all got nades, man, it's going to be hard work for you. So that was one thing that was much fun on any of the game modes, that the grenades kind of come in too much as I like kind of making sure I have grenades, but you do get dependent on them things. The jetpack on it was really cool because you don't have a super long time in the air with it. You're not going to be flying for ages and ages. It does spawn pretty quick, but I just found myself either trying to get in and attack people or get myself out of trouble with it, or a lot of time just messing up, especially on Drop Zone where there's so many higher and lower points to get onto, just trying to get onto higher points to give myself an advantage. So Drop Zone was definitely my favourite. I go on to Walker Assault now as well. Walker Assault, where it's basically, if you are I call them the Stormtroopers, and you're in a big walker, which is AT-AT, which was a toy when I was a kid I could never have. It was always that toy of Star Wars I wanted. I had the Millennium Falcon. What you can do with the Millennium Falcon? I always wanted the AT-AT. I always wanted that from Empire Strikes Back as a kid. Damn, I'm still cross that I never got that toy. But anyway, them walkers are going to be pushing forward, and they have to destroy a part of the back of the map. The thing is, you've got X-Wings, you've got, like I said before, you get Jedis like Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker flying around. You've also got AT-STs, which are the two-legged ones, which I remember from more from Return of the Jedi personally, but I don't know, like, I'm no Star Wars geek or anything like that. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I used to be when I was like 8, but I've got to say, playing this game, it did bring that child out of me and kind of made me go, damn, I really like Star Wars. I'm kind of looking forward to the film a bit more now and just really enjoyed this game. I've never played a Star Wars game in the past, but this one, playing this, was really good fun. But the actual Walker Assault, I kind of felt that a lot of the time there's no cover for you. You're just in the snow. Even though it was a hugely pretty map and really good, there's just no cover. You're just always walking and walking and walking, trying to get yourself to battle a lot of the time. Like all Battlefield games in general, I always find with these big maps, I just spend all day walking. Like, if you ain't got a vehicle, you're just walking there. A lot of the time, if you're walking and there's no cover or nothing to hide behind, you're just walking to your death. And then you have to spawn again and then walk again. You can have the opportunity to spawn on other players, but when you spawn on other players, the problem then is they could be already in the fight, or they've only just spawned in anyway. So That was a bit of a downside, and always has been a bit with the Battlefront games for me, that you're always just travelling around. But I didn't get to be one of the Jedis either. I wanted to try and be one of the Jedis, but I didn't get the chance to do that. I did get to be some of the vehicles. I did get to be the AT-ST, and I kind of felt that that was quite fun actually. It reminded me a lot of the Mantis from Halo 4, actually the same controls. But for me, if I had to pick out of both vehicles, I'd definitely be picking the Mantis. Although the AT-ST is definitely the original Big Walker thing and is pretty sick and was really good fun to be in. Also, you get to be flight vehicles as well. I think it's an X-Wing, and you also get to be the like TIE fighters, I think they're called. I can't remember what the actual vehicle is, what I got on this one. I know it's the one from the film that actually ties up the AT-AT through the legs and makes it fall over. But it was good fun, but I definitely feel that if I was playing this, I'd have to get the game to become really good at flying. I did actually kill myself on both occasions when I got into the vehicles. And the Green Hornet, we also got a couple of these gameplays. I am on his gamer tag as well, just because he had everything open. But he played a couple of these as well, so that was thanks for him. But he had the same problem as well. Found himself when he was in flying vehicles like crashing. So, but that's a cool thing. That's not a problem. I kind of feel that if you're going to get the game, at least then you have the practice to do this and get better and better at the flight of the vehicles. I know Battlefield games in the past, if you're in helicopters or anything else, or A-10s or whatever, same problems with that, where you need to be quite experienced when you're in flying vehicles. But overall, the game is really cool. Another thing with the game as well, there's a horde mode on it, which I really like the idea of. That was going to be the clincher for me to buy it, but I think there's only 15 or 16 waves. Now, Horde for me, it's called Survival on this. I think it's been called Survival in other games in the past, but for me it's just Horde. That's the original from Gears of War 2, and kind of Horde. I'm a huge Horde fan on Gears of War 2, and I'm a huge fan of playing it on this game, but the fact that someone said it's probably only 15 or 16 waves, now don't quote me on that, I could be hugely wrong, but if it is that little many waves, I do feel it might get boring quick. It's just, you know, there's not enough to it. I don't know how many people can play in it as well. I kind of get the feeling it's only going to be 2-player, but again, don't quote me, I don't have all the knowledge or information on it, so probably should shut up and not mention it. But that would be a reason for me to get this game. I think the only downside and the only reason I won't be getting this game is, one, on Xbox, we got Halo 5 coming out soon. And I kind of feel that that's the game I'm more excited about. I really want to play Halo 5, and that's got Warzone on it. I just think things like Walker Assault and stuff like that just probably aren't going to come up to par with Warzone, but that's just what I'm thinking. Obviously, I haven't played Warzone on Halo 5, so I'm only talking from hope and not experience. Whereas, if you have got a Sony PlayStation 4, I guess you would have to get Battlefield. You have to get it. Like, it's because I don't know what else you're going to be playing. You haven't got the ability, the luck of having Halo 4 to wait for, which is kind of a similar sort of game, if you know what I mean, in the concepts anyway, you know, space. And Halo 5 is just going to be, I feel, a lot better game. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. The other thing about this game as well, you have the ability to choose from first person and third person. I kind of found myself, I tried both, I really did as well, because obviously I like Gears of War, which is a third person shooter, and I've always said to myself I prefer third person shooters. But I did try a lot in first person on this game, and found myself actually liking the third person a lot more. First person, I wasn't a fan of, and I was kind of happy that come off, because I wasn't sure, and having a game where you can swap and change, but third person gives you ability to see a lot more, because you've got more view, you know what I mean, or scope of view. I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I mean. And plus, if you're something like a stormtrooper and you can see your whole back and just see you running through like Hoth on the Star Wars Battlefront, man, it's just crazy. So it's just awesome. So yeah, my final summing up, there wasn't many problems either. I jumped in games quick. I didn't find any problems with that. I didn't find any lag. I know a few people have been complaining about bodies floating around and people glitching in certain animations and stuff like that. I personally didn't see any of that, but then I only had about, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 games altogether on this Battlefield beta, so I didn't see any problems like that, and I was getting into games quick. And I like the way when you finish the game, if there's the people there, the players there, you jump into another game really quickly as well. The unlocks and stuff with the weapons, they all seem pretty cool, blasters and stuff, not too dissimilar to themselves, if you know what I mean. There didn't seem to be anything too OP. Like I said before, the sniper on there I didn't think too much of, but definitely the jetpack and grenade loadout was definitely my favourite. But I'm looking forward to the game. I know my son the Green Hornet, I think, is adamant that he wants to get it now, so hopefully I do get the chance to play some more, and hopefully bring you some in the future. So don't forget to sub. But yeah, we'll have to see about that. But Halo 5 is coming soon, and there's going to be tons of Halo 5 on this channel. I do need to do a Halo video pretty soon as well. But it's all been about Gears of War at the moment. As you guys know, I'm a Gearsaholic, and now we've got Gears of War UE. I'm kind of a happy man right now. So hopefully, anyway, you guys like the video, but do subscribe for more videos in the future. Much love and peace.